Yes, Florida is one of President Trump's home states. Congressman Matt Gaetz from Florida joining us right now to talk about this and a few other things that are going on in D.C. Congressman, welcome to TMZ Live. How you doing?
Oh, it's great to be on. I think the last member of Congress you had was Beto O'Rourke, so it's good to see you're continuing your tradition of having on young, attractive members of Congress who are rising stars in their party.
And humble also. Very humble.
Naturally. I did a little better in the last election cycle than Beto, but he may have done a little more to build his...
Oh, I was wondering if you were going to take the shot, and you did. So, Congressman, I know, I'm just wondering what your response was what your reaction was when you saw President Trump just flat out say that by the way, a report from his own administration that he just says it's not true. He doesn't buy it.
I was far happier with the president when he said in October that climate change is not a hoax, but something we have to deal with. Look, I'm from the state of Florida, or what might one day be the key of Florida, if we don't take action to address the challenges associated with climate change. The earth is warming, and I think that humans contribute greatly to that warming, and we've got to, I think, be more astute about the research we do, and I think that the president's got an opportunity to lead on the issue by maybe aligning himself more with his previous comments about climate change not being a hoax.
Congressman, you just floored me. I was not expecting that from you.
But you know what? The fact that you're in Florida raises a great point. You've had to deal with this in the last year, just with horrific storms lashing the state.
Yeah, I would say probably the last time a congressman floored somebody on TMZ, it was Anthony Weiner without his pants on.
Wow.
But, you know, I am from Florida. We do have to deal with rising sea levels, with extreme weather, forest fires. We've had those in Florida like they've had out in California. And I don't, like, red tide is another huge issue in my state. And I don't think that you've got to be the best student in your botany class to figure out that if you have rising temperatures in the ocean and if you have more nutrients close to shore, that's going to create greater occurrences of red tide. And so I think that we see we cannot continue to deny climate change because we continue to see its effects everywhere we look.
So, Congressman Gaetz, the question then becomes, you believe that the administration clearly believes something different. How do you hold them accountable?
Well, I would say one thing. The administration has said they filed a report saying that it is a real deal and we got to do something about it. It's the president, not so much the administration.
Well,
it's the president.
I'd say
so how do you,
the head of the, how do you hold him accountable? How do you hold President Trump accountable?
Or how do you start to change his mind?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I align myself more with the president's views in October when he said that climate change is real. Ultimately, I think that we're pretty messed up if we're looking to government to solve this problem at all. At the end of the day, it's going to be innovation. It's going to be somebody in a basement who figures out a new way to deliver energy with better battery life, with fewer transmission losses of energy, that's going to be able to move us to a new economy and a new generation of productivity. I don't think that we ought to be waiting around for any president or any wannabe president like Al Gore to sort of solve this problem.
In the event that we do understand that the earth is warming, and you don't think that the government plays any role in sort of setting regulations and sort of making other things available in government to address those things? I'd say right now that what we have is a political system where fossil fuels are overvalued because of their contributions to different political candidates and different political parties. We definitely need the government.
That's a separate question, right? No, like you're right. The fossil fuel industry is too powerful in Washington, and that is a separate question. But when you say why shouldn't we look to the government to solve climate change? Look, it wasn't the government that invented the light bulb. Unless you believe Al Gore, it wasn't Al Gore or the government that created the internet. It wasn't the government that created, TMZ, your company, or Facebook. It is ultimately the ingenuity in the American innovator that we have to unlock, not through more regulations, but I would argue through fewer of them.
Congressman, we are just about out of time, but listen, it is to me, I think, obvious that climate change is a serious issue. I understand what you're saying, that the government can't do all of it, but I think it would help if the president at least believed that it was a problem. But I wish you the best down there in Florida, and if you get a chance to talk to President Trump, at least try to change his mind, maybe.
I'll tell him he should come on your show.
Good idea. All right. Thank you so much, Congressman Gaetz. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to take a break. You were surprised there, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go that route, but I was a little bit, he agreed to it, but he doesn't seem like he wants to hold President Trump's feet to the flame on it.
And there's a lot of that